Hello, LegalShield family. How are you doing? This is Joseph Graham. I just wanted to share with you all my story about how I actually found this service and how I became a member. So I am an active duty member of the United States Navy. I fly the F-18 Super Hornet out of Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. And I found LegalShield back in 2012 because I actually was going through a particular legal matter with my employer, with the United States Navy. And it was a very, very difficult situation, and there was a whole lot of steps that I had to go through to try to basically figure out what my situation was and how to rectify what was happening. And what happened for me is that I needed an attorney, and so I did what most people do, is I would go on Google and try to find somebody that could help me in my situation. So I did that. I hired an attorney in California to help answer my questions and see what he could do for me. He charged me $2,000 for his services. He provided some paperwork that he was able to get, and I gave that to the Navy, and unfortunately that did not help my situation. So I was stuck in kind of this middle of this 15-month limbo period where I was incredibly stressed and nervous, and the future of my career was kind of hanging in the balance because I was waiting to go on with the rest of my career with the Navy. And so the lawyer, he charged me that $2,000, and then he gave me what he gave me, what the Navy said was not satisfactory. They didn't want it. It wasn't what they were looking for, basically. And he wanted to charge me another $3,000 to continue to do work on my behalf. And I didn't like that idea. I didn't appreciate the fact that we weren't really getting any results. So I went back online, back to the internet, and I searched to get legal advice and consultation. And I found a banner about LegalShield. And so I contacted the person, filled out the contact form, and an associate contacted me. And they told me about the services and the same services that everybody else has the benefit of. So the cost was incredibly affordable based on the information they gave me. So I signed up, I became a member, immediately called my law firm, explained to them the situation, and they were fantastic. Very, very helpful. They knew, hey, we have to outsource you to another state because we want you to get your questions answered by them. And I said, great. So they outsourced me to California, and they had their lawyer contact me. And I was like, well, that's great. So the lawyer from California, he contacted me, asked me the story that he already had some notes on, but he just wanted to hear it from me. So I just talked to him, explained to him what was going on. He said, all right, just give me all your information. Give me your paperwork, the Navy's paperwork, give me everything that you have. And I said, all right. So I gave it all to him, and he said, just give me a few days, let me take a look at it, and then I'll get back in touch with you. So a few days went by, and he contacted me and explained to me the situation. He said, all right, this is the deal. This is what the Navy says. This is what your situation is. And you put those two things together, and they're not congruent. So basically what he was telling me is that this particular question that the Navy had didn't apply to me. And to me, I was like, that's great. This is fantastic news. Could you just tell the Navy that? Because they don't really listen to me. They don't really care what I say. And he said, absolutely, absolutely. So he wrote a letter on my behalf, and he gave that to me, and I gave it in turn to the Navy, and they took a look at it, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks good, makes sense to us. And they let me go, and they let me continue on with the rest of my career. And I can't tell you how important and how valuable that was to me to get that kind of access to somebody who was a specialist in a particular field in a state that I didn't even live in, to go ahead and give me that information and to write the letter about what the law actually states and how it applies to my situation. It was so valuable to me. So many, many years have gone by since that's happened, and I still use my LegalShield membership all the time. And now that I'm at a different point in my life where I'm looking forward to getting out of the military and moving on with the rest of my life in this next phase that we're going on, I am so looking forward to continue working more with LegalShield and to partner with them as an associate, because I completely believe in this company and what they do and the services they provide, because it's had an invaluable impact on me and my family. And so we're going to be here for the long haul. And so I'm so happy about being a part of LegalShield now, and using this service and sharing how valuable it is to so many other people, because I know that this kind of access to legal representation, advice, and consultation is so important. It can change people's lives just like it changed my life. And so I'm very happy to be here, and I hope that you guys appreciated that story. That's my story, and I love it, and I'm so happy to be here. Okay? All right, guys. Have a good day.